Man, what it do, what it do. So look, right? Check it out. There's new information about Drakeo the Ruler, man. First and foremost, long live the Don, long live the ruler. You know what I'm saying? Long live, you know what I'm saying? Foreign whip crasher. You know what I'm saying? Big Bang Uchi. You know what I mean? Um, Draco the Ruler definitely had his own style, his own lingo, his own like he Draco had he was so in tune with his own lingo and how he used to just talk and rhyme. He could have probably I could have seen Draco probably in the future, definitely probably by now, coming out with his own lingo book, his own saying and you know what I mean, something like a dictionary where he kind of breaking down what certain things mean. I could have seen him doing that. You know what I mean? I could have really seen him doing that because his lingo was so, you know what I'm saying, so gravitating to the point where it's like he could have started a whole book, honestly. But it's you know what I mean? Like my OG always tell me, was ever in the dark, come to the light. Now, there's new information that they pretty much, the LAPD, pretty much got somebody that's connected to the killing of Draco the Ruler. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he lost his life 2021, you know what I mean, at a music festival of all things, not a club, not a video shoot, not a party, not over some chick house, at a music festival, a big music festival. Um, when I first heard that, I always thought that that whole situation was set up. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like that situation with Draco was set up. I just always felt like that was some higher ups knew about that. But anyway, they finally got somebody in custody. Not custody, but they finally kind of got I would say, a very strong lead to his killing. You know what I'm saying? It's been about, what, 4 years, 4.5 since Draco passing. Um, Sting Team is still around. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ralphie the plug. I'm definitely gonna try to interview Ralphie once he probably get off his tour. You know what I mean? I definitely reached out to him. Him and Evil. Evil is the guy that does, I think, a lot of his promo. He does all his videos. He's with him a lot, and pretty much every day, if not every day, every other day. And he's with him on tour right now. But I definitely reached out to Ralphie. He's definitely somebody I would like to interview, honestly, hands down. But far as Draco, man, it's just so sad and unfortunate that bro is not here no more. You know what I mean? Now, there's certain things that I even seen like, damn, he could have maybe chilled on or certain things like that. But I wish he would have been around longer, or if he was still alive, because he could have possibly had a real reason why he was on them dudes' head. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Why he was going at them like that so much. You know, it could have been one of them dudes that, you know, from the other side speaking on his case to, you know, or giving out information or anything. You know what I'm saying? But Draco was somebody that was totally different from the LA scene. Draco was really, you know what I'm saying? Because if people look at the artist that has came from LA, South Central LA, you know, the Nipsey Hussles and people like YG and, you know what I'm saying, you know, several other people, they all done kept like that LA formula, you know, low riding, Dicky, Fitz, you know, whether you crippin' or you blood, you know what I'm saying? Just that LA swang and the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Which is good because they was keeping, you know, a lot of them dudes was keeping that LA sound alive. You know, after it kind of like faded out, not faded out, but kind of died down. You know what I'm saying? But with with Drakeo the Ruler, he had his own lingo, his own way of rapping and everything. That's what I think. That's what made Draco special, because he didn't come out like a Nipsey Hussle or a YG or say a Slim 400 or you know all these other guys. I'm just naming a few that I could think of. He really had his own lane. He had his own lane. And the thing about it is, he has not only did he have his own lane and his own way of rapping, his own language of rapping, I would like to call it. You know, his whole style and his whole swag and his whole demeanor was different from what anybody's seen. Like even the way he dressed with the jewelry and you know, LA dudes wasn't really doing that before Draco. They wasn't. They really wasn't. If you go back and look at LA before Drake, it's almost like it's two LAs, right? You got the LA before Draco, then you got the LA before Draco. I mean, you got the LA before Draco. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the LA after Draco. So it's a, you know what I mean? You could go back and look at it into the archives and look at how LA was. You know what I'm saying? How LA was before Draco was rapping. Then you could look at LA how it was once he started rapping. You know what I'm saying? And it's a total 360. You know what I'm saying? It's a total 360 of that. You know what I mean? Draco really brung his whole. He had a whole different swag, a whole different demeanor. You know what I'm saying? And when you got that much attraction, you somebody from the streets. You know what I'm saying? You somebody that really doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? You really somebody out here. A lot of people don't like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do not like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have an artist like YG that was up there at first, and then you start to see that his buzz starts to decline. You know what I mean? You don't really find too many artists like Drakeo the Ruler. You don't find too many artists like him. You know what I mean? And of course, people are gonna say, well, when he got out of prison, when he got out of jail, he was trolling, he was doing this, he was doing that. Yeah, he was, but I think it was all for a valid reason. You know what I'm saying? Because he was still putting out music, he was still doing gang of features, he was still doing shows. So it wasn't like he was just sitting in the goddamn house all day, every day, trolling and just talking. He was really outside, he was really popping it, he was really, you know what I'm saying, really with the shits. You know what I mean? He was really about what he was saying he was about. And he really went out the way you know what I'm saying? It's just so unfortunate that night shit kind of went south. But definitely shout out to the whole Stink team, man. You know what I mean? The long live Say So to Mac. You know what I'm saying? Catchy. Definitely Draco. You know what I'm saying? The whole team, you know what I mean? And once again, shout out to Ralphie, because Ralphie is the one that's keeping everything alive right now. Ralphie been going stupid crazy. So shout out to Ralphie, the plug, man. And hopefully, like I said, I could get an interview with Ralphie sometime in the near future. But you know, they say they got somebody. You know what I mean? And they not really revealing it right now. You know what I mean? I was just saying, and this is all new news. This, like, a lot of this just came out like a day or two ago. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this information just came out like a day or two ago. And it's so crazy because Flacco was like, if they don't hurry up, if the LAPD don't hurry up and put out this information, then he's going to reveal it. And a lot of people have been saying that he's been in contact with the police, with the LAPD. You know what I'm saying? And I was just hearing that he don't even live in LA no more. I didn't even know that. I knew he wasn't. I did hear him months and months ago saying he was about ready to leave, or he was kind of speaking on that. But man, it's just very, very interesting and intriguing to see. You know what I mean? I know Ralphie right now, Ralphie the plug. I know Ralphie got a lot of things going on as far as doing merch and touring. I just wonder what he feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what he feel about it. But I'm definitely gonna go live and engage in this more. But like, share, and subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. That's Tay Luciano Media. You know what I'm saying? And if you know better, you do better. I'm out. Peace.